The main problem for educational systems is not a talent deficit or a funding deficit. The main problem is a marketing deficit. Schools have a captive audience of young people, and sometimes they overlook the fact that they need to market themselves and what they're doing to their primary consumer, which is the student. Despite all of the enormous advances in educational policy and in understanding how the system works, there's still no direct, explicit course that explains to students why they are at school. When I was in school, I had no idea why I was there. Still today, young people have no idea why they're at school. There's general reasons that are given, something to do with knowing stuff in general, or getting a job in the future. It's not a very good explanation as to why they are at school. It seems mad, but despite the fact that the kids spend most of their time and energy at school, that they can't explain clearly why they are doing so. And schools simply assume that students understand why they're here and just keep on plowing through content and then wonder why they're not engaged. This has to change. You have to start with why, not in passing and not just to a few students. It has to be explicit and it has to be school-wide. Without the why, young people need to be motivated and manipulated using external controls to get them to perform. This quickly becomes a drag for both students and teachers. But when you start with why, young people have a higher chance of bringing themselves to the task without having to be manipulated or controlled. As the demands of school get tougher in years 9 and 10, if students don't have a clearly relevant and personally relevant understanding of why they are doing what they're doing, it can very easily lead to disengagement. Very easily. And this is an absolute disaster. This stepping away from education changes the course of their entire life. And that has to change. It is a problem that can be solved easily by starting with explaining why.